Excellent.
Hello YouTube, I'm Dan.
I'm El.
And this is two blokes having a chat.
Yeah, just a quick one this time.
Yes, so what we're doing with this video is we're not actually playing a proper game that most people would actually play. This is a hack, a ROM hack.
Yeah, we are going to be playing a hacked game. I do love ROM hacks. I do love it when fans get to take something that we know and remix it a little bit.
Yep.
So what we're going to do, just for the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to play, I'm not going to say it's my favourite because they've made loads of good Sonic hacks. It's certainly one of my favourites, it's in my list. This is a game called Return to Origin, and it is Sonic 1 backwards.
Okay.
We are going to be starting off at the end of a level and working our way back to the beginning. It works.
So I suppose a lot of people are used to sort of going from left to right.
Exactly, yeah. It's good that if you if pressing the right button's worn out on your control pad, you can sort of balance it out a little bit now. So yeah, this is a great game. One thing I'm disappointed about this game, when I first heard about it, I was hoping that you start off on the final zone and the levels actually work backwards, so you're actually working your way back to the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. The levels are in order, the correct order, but you do start off from the exit and work your way back to...
Well, that'd be a good way of doing it, because you could get rid of all the really hard levels first, and it gets progressively easier.
Progressively easier, yeah, that works. So, one thing that I love about these Sonic ROM hacks is I'm a big Sonic fan, but obviously 20 years down the line, we've played the majority of the Sonic games. So the fact there's a great fan community out there,
yeah,
making these games keeps it fresh for people like us. So I mean, you've played a lot of Sonic in your time, haven't you?
Oh yeah. So when I start playing these games, it makes me think, because there's this inherent issue with Sonic, especially at the moment with the 3D ones, that they keep releasing them and there's always something wrong or not quite right, that they should just go back and make a Sonic game just like this. Pixel art and just...
It would be nice. I mean, they made... I'm not going to say that every Sonic game that comes out these days is bad. I thought Sonic Generations that came out a few years was brilliant.
No, but then have you played the Sonic Lost World?
No.
No, that's a game I do have, and for the most part it's okay. But again, there were some sort of just strange decisions and choices made during the development of this game that, I don't know, it didn't quite feel like Sonic.
Well, apparently one thing they've done with this Sonic Lost Worlds, which a lot of people turned their nose up at, was the fact that you had to hold down a button to run, which is bizarre.
I don't think that was necessarily a bad thing, because I can understand one of the issues with the 3D Sonic has always been trying to control his speed, and so when you're running and you don't, all of a sudden just end up running into a wall and you just stop.
But then not being able to lose yourself in the speed, it sort of ceases being a Sonic game at that point. I think that's the problem. It just wasn't really designed to work in 3D, maybe. Possibly,
and like I say, I think one of the things that they could do now is sort of just go back to creating Sonic in the old style that it was.
Oh, can I show you a little trick?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
No.
We're going to do a bonus stage.
Okay.
And I'm not going to touch the control pad. You can do this in the original Sonic one as well. So, if you fall into the first stage, the first bonus stage, don't touch the pad. There you go. You start controlling it from this point. You will always land in the same place, and it takes up half the first bonus stage for you with no effort whatsoever. And I see a lot of people really trying to get through that goal. You know, really putting a lot of effort into it. And the trick is, you just don't touch the control pad. You'll always fall into it. So. Do you want to do the next level?
Yeah, why not? This will be a bit different.
So yeah, another game they made a few years back was Sonic 4, of course. They wanted to take the original 2D standpoint and go forward with it. And it had nice graphics and everything. They didn't use pixel art and things, but for me it didn't feel the same. I really do think, and you know... Don't wish to bash Sega at all, because I think they're a great company, but the fans are doing some stellar work with their original franchise, possibly better than what they're doing with it at the moment.
Oops, I got that completely wrong.
That's right. They actually got people from the ROM hacking community now on board. I believe I may be wrong here, but the guy that ported over the iPhone version of Sonic 2, which included a new level, and who did the port of Sonic CD for console and PC and everything. He was originally from the fan community. He wasn't working officially for Sega or anything, but they hired him, and it's worked out pretty well, because I thought the Sega CD port to the PS3 was fantastic. It was a widescreen. Had some new features on it. They put tails in it and things like that. So yeah, a lot of good fun, a lot of good stuff.
Oh, my bad.
Ouch.
Oh, was there a checkpoint? I think I hit one, didn't I?
Yeah, you hit a checkpoint after the boss, so you can carry on.
No, that should be struggling at this point, but...
Well, we're both a bit rusty. We haven't played this game in years, so...
yeah.
And when you are two blokes having a chat, you can't really concentrate on... You gonna smash through that?
Yep.
Cool.
Oops.
That pad you're using is over a decade old, by the way, so that might not help either. So I want to get a couple of those because we're obviously playing this on an emulator. I would like to get a couple of those 360 wide pads. Can you play two-player games on an emulator if you had two pads? Does that work or?
I assume so.
Oh, that's cheating. Maybe someone can answer that for me in the comments.
No, that was pretty interesting, sort of doing that the wrong way around.
Yeah. It doesn't feel as natural, doesn't it? Obviously, that's because we're not used to doing it that way.
I want this tendency to want to go right, but...
Yeah. It does help keep things fresh. I've got an emulator on my PSP, and sometimes when I'm on the train and I'm going through all my games and think there's something to play, I'll stick this on for a little while.
Yeah.
Actually, Marble Zone's quite nasty backwards. I've just remembered. This stage isn't too bad, but some of the later ones can.
Well, let's see. The last time we tried playing a Sonic game.
Oh yes.
Was the? Do you want to tell them?
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, this isn't our first attempt. We've had a few technical issues, and we're practicing doing these Let's Play videos. And one of our earliest attempts was to play Sonic Genesis for the Game Boy Advance. And oh my god, that game is horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, we got stuck on this level alone.
No, actually, I tell a lie. Not during the Let's Play. We actually got as far as Labyrinth when we but we were on this for a long time. Yeah, we did get as far as Labyrinth, but we did spend ages on this particular level. First time I played Sonic Genesis, I gave up on Marble Zone because it is nasty.
And why is it horrible?
Oh well, yeah. I'm just assuming. Yeah, it is broken as hell. That's why. It's a very strange port. They tried to, for an anniversary edition, get Sonic to work on the Game Boy Advance, and it just didn't. It was sluggish. There was all kinds of speed issues and slowdown issues, and yeah, it was just a broken version of the original Sonic, which is a shame because that is such a good game. But again, going back to the ROM hacking community, apparently someone actually made a version of a ROM file that ran on the GBA, which was Sonic 1 working smoothly, so it can be done. Apparently, I've not tried it myself, but I've heard it can be done.
Yeah, we're just not 100% sure at all what they were thinking at the time.
Well,
they must have just had a couple of interns in at the day and you have a go.
I don't blame them for trying. Obviously, they didn't know it wasn't going to work out too well when they said, let's set out and do this. In principle, it was a good idea. But it was the fact that once it was made, they played it and it got past quality control and actually got released. And I mean, we do see inferior versions of games coming out on other versions of hardware, but not to that extent. That was pretty bad. I was reminded a little bit of, not that they're terribly bad, I was reminded a little bit of the 8-bit Sonics. I really need to get into the 8-bit Sonics. I haven't played enough of them, the Game Gear and the Master System ones.
Yeah.
There are some really good ones, don't get me wrong. There's one called Sonic Chaos, which is a really good platform game from what I've played of it. But I remember playing the second one, Sonic 2, on the 8-bit systems, and I wasn't keen on that either. That felt a bit broken. There was a flying segment in the second or third stage.
Okay.
Maybe I just couldn't get the hang of the controls. It could just be my fault. But from what I played of it, it just felt very wrong. Maybe that's something we can do for the Let's Play channel, go through a bit of 8-bit Sonic, because...
Possibly. I mean, one of the ones that I've never actually sat down and played properly is Sonic CD. I believe that's one that you're quite fond of.
I do like Sonic CD. I like the original trilogy, and I consider Sonic CD to be of the calibre. It's as good as the original trilogy. It plays in a very, very different way. It's not quite as fast. It's not quite as based on on speed. You can't lose yourself in it because the idea is you're meant to be going around the stages looking for things.
Yeah.
Looking for technology to break and changing the future and changing the past and things.
Because again, that's another game that sort of flips back and forward through different time periods or something, or.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you can go to the future, you can go to the past, and you can see different versions. Like you can see a dark version of the future and a good version of the future if you manage to complete certain tasks.
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't play quite as fluid as some of the Mega Drive ones, but it's a really, really high grade Sonic game.
It's one that I need to sit down and play through properly at some point.
I think you should. You'll enjoy it. I'm not so keen on the bonus stages. I don't like their bonus stages on Sonic CD. That's one thing that does put me off. But the rest of the game I do enjoy. Oh, bugger.
Almost.
Damn, we might actually get a game over before our 20 minutes is up. We set the 20-minute timer because we've only got like 20 minutes of film left. And yeah, this is embarrassing. We might actually die playing Sonic 1. So. It's all gone quiet. We're really concentrated. We don't want to see that go over the screen.
Because obviously, because you're used for so many years playing it in one direction and sort of knowing what the route is, I'm just trying to. You're trying to get your head around this. I'm trying to think, where are you? Where should you be going next? But yeah,
it does confuse me. I mean, there was a little bit earlier where you saw me go into that little cubby hole, that little hidden hole, because on a later act you can actually go all the way through, but not on that particular little hidey hole there.
Hidey hole. Hidey hole.
I didn't mean to do that, but.
Yeah.
Some very good ROM hacks. One ROM hack I do want to play in the Let's Play is an ordinary Sonic ROM, I think it's called, something like that.
Okay.
That's the one I showed you a while back, the one with the Dark Sonic, the one with the Dark World with the rivers of blood and things.
Yes, that's quite a freaky one.
It's freaky as hell, but the thing about it is, the main thing about it is hard. It is challenging as hell, and we're struggling playing Sonic 1 backwards. We've got no chance playing that particular version.
Because was it in that one you end up getting transported to a dark version of the world, and then you're getting chased by this zombie type Sonic?
I'm not sure, is it a zombie Sonic or a mecha Sonic? I think it's a mech Sonic.
Or something, but yeah.
Or a dead Sonic or something.
Something starts chasing you, and then
and it is absolutely merciless. Basically you need to break open a TV to get back into the light world. You can't complete a level unless you're in the light world. But it changes to the dark world about every 8 seconds. Yeah, it is just absolutely merciless. Unfortunately, at this time, I mean, I'm hoping they'll finish it at some point in the future. It's only got the first 4 worlds. You can only go up as far as Labyrinth Zone. That doesn't matter. I haven't got as far as Marble Zone in that particular ROM hack. So I haven't seen Spring Yard in that particular ROM hack. So I do need to have a little bit of practice at it.
It's one that we can train for in that video.
I'd like to be able to do it in a video because it's a noteworthy game. It's a noteworthy ROM hack, and it's a lot of fun and it's crazy. Did you want to have a go? Oh, actually, let me do the boss for you.
Yeah.
So. You got the last boss. I don't want to feel like as soon as the boss comes along, I'm just handing you the pad saying, "Yeah, you take care of this."
Watch me
fail. Did you want to have a go after the boss? Bear in mind, this is a bit of a tough level, but see how you get on with it because you might actually do better than me. So. Here we go.
Actually, no, I'll let you finish.
Okay,
I'll do the next one.
We're both bricking it during this one. But yeah, it feels good to be playing some classic Sonic, even if it is remixed.
Slightly different, yeah.
Oh, actually, we can take a shortcut here, so there we go. There are some benefits to playing these levels backwards. You can do little tricks like that. It doesn't always work out to your advantage, but sometimes. Ouch. There is a very, very slight chance that the video of us might not sync completely with the video of what we're playing, so if you do say ouch at the wrong point or whatever, please do forgive us, we'll be fine. Okay, we're not doing too bad so far, considering playing this backwards, it's not too bad forwards, this level.
I mean, yeah, anyone who thinks that this looks easy, it's not quite as easy as it looks.
It's not too bad either. I mean, we are getting through it. I'm underperforming compared to how I normally play Sonic. I find that when I'm playing backwards, you can't get a run up quite as quick. Mind you, Marble Zone does kill the speed of a Sonic game anyway. It's weird how they place the levels. Green Hill was very much speed focused. then Marble Zone kind of killed that speed and you had to play it with a layer of caution. And then you go back to Spring Yard, which again you managed to turn the speed up a little bit, so... It's well paced, they managed to get platformy bits and adventurous bits.
I think this part they're probably still maybe experimenting a little.
Yeah.
Trying to go for, do we want speed or do we want platforming, bit of both. Labyrinth
Zone really kills the pace. I mean that was always one thing about Sonic, oh I need that. Oh there we go. That was a bit of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, never look forward to the water levels. People say I don't like water levels because of the water temple in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, okay.
Me, it's Labyrinth Zone. When you hear that music, that you're losing your breath music.
Yeah, it sort of does make you go a little bit like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch. So what was your sort of favourite Sonic of the three originals?
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, it's quite unique at the time when they made it, so you had like the one cartridge fit the other.
Yeah, the lock-on cartridge, yeah. That was ingenious. I'm glad they did it because the game works so well together.
Yeah.
As a single unit. Apparently in Japan they wanted to do a thing called Sonic 3 Limited Edition, which was that in one cartridge.
That would have been cool.
It would have been lovely. And one benefit of that is we might actually see more digital ports of that game as well, because you can get that game digitally together, but if you were to get, say, the Sonic Genesis collection or the Sega Mega Drive collection and things, you have to play the game separately, which is a shame.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd have to agree. I think for me, my favourite Sonic of that generation probably was the Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
I mean, I'll happily sit down and play all of them, any of them. In fact, I started doing a list. Oh, sorry, man.
Sorry.
I started doing a list last year of games I completed because I was sketchy in my memory about which games I'd completed legitimately without cheating, or what the difficulty settings were on the option screen, or if I later on when I was using emulators, did I use a save state at any point, therefore it's not a legitimate win. So I started a list of games I've completed legitimately.
Yeah.
And to start this list off, the first thing I did was I completed Sonic 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles in one sitting. Well, not in one sitting, it was in one day. I did one sitting where I completed Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, and then I think I had lunch, had a bit of a break, had dinner, and then in the evening I stuck on Sonic 3 and Knuckles and beat that, and yeah. So I can happily sit down and play any of them. But 3 is my favourite. 3 had great level design, a great variety of levels, the bonus stages were good, great music.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the Ice Cap Zone music.
Was that, and like what were you saying about some of the levels in this one sort of slowing you down? I think the pace of those ones were a lot better in comparison.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, they had quite a lot of elements. Like I remember in the launch base zone, they had tubes that shoot you out and things like that. And in the Ice Cap Zone, you had the whole snowboarding part at the beginning. Originally, when Sonic 3 and Sonic Knuckles was one game, what was meant to happen is the Flying Battery Zone. You were meant to do Flying Battery Zone. Sonic was supposed to burst out the Flying Battery Zone and use a door from the side of the ship as his snowboard.
Right, okay.
For Ice Cap Zone. And it would have been nice to see the game constructed the way it was originally intended, but they decided that Flying Battery should come later on in the game, and because it was on 2 different cartridges, they couldn't do that transition to Ice Cap Zone.
Oh. There you go. No idea what that does.
Oh, that bar made that platform shoot up, so. But if you were to do that, it'll only take you backwards, because obviously when you get to that point, you're supposed to be going the other way anyway. So
again, I'm so confused now where I am.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It wouldn't have benefited you in this version of the game, so. That's a bit nasty, a bit of a cluster of
bitches.
Yeah. I'm only laughing because I said cluster and I was about to say the word you usually say after saying cluster, and I thought, oh no, I won't swear, and then you said bitches.
No, we're alright, I'll say.
Ah, it's all good. Oh, we hope so.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now that's warning us that the camera's running short on battery, so.
So I think this is probably an appropriate time to wrap it up now.
Yeah. So what do you think of this particular book? Hang on. Oh yeah, I was about to say you might be a bit stuck there. So.
It's almost. It's challenging because obviously some bits are designed to.
Can you just do something, mate? Can you go that way? Just out of curiosity. There's meant to be a second exit in this level, higher up. So oh no, it makes no difference.
Okay. Let's say it becomes a bit challenging in some areas because where you obviously like here where I need a bit of momentum to get up there. I didn't quite.
There you go. They have actually tweaked little things like that where you need extra momentum, so you can potentially just slowly climb a wall that you'd usually just fall down. So
yeah. I think one thing that would have been handy is if they'd sort of incorporated the spin dash.
Spin dash, yeah, of course. Well, people were saying that when you were playing it forward, so.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, overall.
Overall, very impressed. Well, let's check out some of the other ones that you've got as well at some point.
We'll do that.
We'll
yeah, got some great ones. Yeah.
And maybe another video later on.
Cool.
So once again, thank you very much for joining us on the video.
And it's good night from me.
Yep, good night from me. And catch you next time.
Take care.